Well, guys, for the last month, I've been playing detective because about a month ago, 7 people sent emails saying, hey, review the Tyro kit, review the Tyro kit. And nobody, not one of the 7, gave me a link or any other information. So I went on Google, which is the limit of my investigative abilities, started Googling around, and finally found one obscure reference to Tyro on the website for CLK Supplies. The Tyro lockpick, otherwise known as the PIP 15, PIP 15 by HPC. If you guys had just given me one of those 2 little pieces of information, things would have been so much easier. Anyway, we got one, and let's take a look at it. It is a total of 9 pieces, actually 10 if you count the case. They advertise it as a 9-piece kit. It's $17.82. So pretty low price point. We really can't expect a whole lot in terms of customization or finish or anything like that. I did finish one of the picks. We'll take a look at it. They are all made from 22,000. Actually, all are made from 22,000 steel except this one. He's made from 25,000. I have no idea why they deviated, but I measured them all, and that's what we came up with. 3 of the picks have these sandwiched handles. They call them burnished or tumble, but what that means is they removed all the sharp edges, and I didn't find any. I handled all of these and played with them, picked a couple of locks. They are riveted, and all the handles are marked with the HPC company logo. So what do you get? Well, they're spring steel, and I thought that they were simply anodized, but they're spring steel, and then they're coated with copper, given a copper bath, and I suppose it's so this black finish will then adhere to it. And I'll show you that in just a minute when we look at the hook. So you get a snake rake. You can see the edge. A lot of these, well, all of them in fact, are probably punched right out. They're going to need some work, and I gave 1 minute with 400 sandpaper to the hook, and it really is very easy to polish these up. Most of these are very thin profile, so being only 22,000, and also what they call the Euro profile, these are probably okay for many of the paracentric locks. And being spring steel, they are pretty tough. So that's the unfinished one. I did take the hook, since I used that quite a bit, and I took some 400 grit sandpaper, and it cleans, right up. It really comes out nice. So underneath that black finish is some pretty high quality metal. You don't see any of those little characteristic holes in there from the acid bath or anything. Now when you look closer at this, you can see 3 layers. You can see the black anodized layer. You can see that copper layer, which I've mostly removed. And then you can see the high carbon spring steel at the very bottom. And again, they do that so that black finish will adhere to it. I don't really care about the black finish. I'm not doing this stuff tactically anymore, so I like them nice and shiny. A lot of you guys want to make them like surgical instruments, and I'm sure you could probably do that if you get yourself some 1,000 grit or even 2,000 grit. So there you go. You get a hook, and this is a short hook, and it's a pretty nice one. I've used this quite a bit on several locks, mostly master locks laying around here. You get a half diamond, and in fact, you get 2 of these. You get one of them with the handle, and you get, for some reason, a little bit thicker. As I said, this one is 25,000. You get one without a handle. So I guess if you break that one, if you're handling it so roughly you break a 22,000, you got to fall back. And part of your punishment is you no longer get a handle. So maybe that'll be an incentive not to handle it too roughly to break another one. So you get 2 of these. I can't explain the pick selection. I really can't. And then you get this guy with no handle, and this is a true postal hook. Let me compare that to the short hook here. So it's rare that you would need a postal hook. So what I would probably do if this were mine, I would probably cut him off probably about right there, and I would turn this guy into a medium hook instead of a deep hook or a postal hook, because you need a medium hook so much more frequently than you need a postal hook. Unless you're picking postal boxes, then I guess that'll be a handy pick to have. You get, in terms of a pick, you get this double ender. You've seen these before. You get on this end is a W, or for that kinetic attack. It's not the same as the snake rake, as many of you have suggested. It is quite a different pick, and this is to put in and yank it out vigorously to strike those pins and basically bump them into position. So kind of handy. It would be nicer to use a kinetic tool. It would be nice to have something to hold on to because you are literally yanking it out. But this is what they give you. I guess you could wrap tape around it. On the other end is yet another half diamond. So in the HPC world, half diamond must be quite a valuable and useful tool. And it is. There's a variety of things you can do with that. You can SPP with it, you can pick dimple locks with it, and you can even zip and rake with it. And then this is not a pick, this is we call it the harpoon, but this is an extractor. Quite a large extractor. It's going to be pretty wide keyway necessary to get this thing in there, but it is very sharp. So if you can get it into like a Schlage or into a quick set, like those type of keyways, you should be able to get the broken key out, piece of key with that guy. And then you get 2 tension wrenches. Again, different lengths. I can't explain why. They are both twisted. You get the thick one, which measures 0.13 inches, which is 3¼ millimeters. And then you get a thin one, which is 0.1 inches or 1/10 of an inch, and then 2.5 millimeters. All this fits very nicely into the little leather case. And it is really leather. And on the inside, nice touch. It's covered with some kind of, I don't know, velvet or something. But it is real leather. I looked at the edge here, and it's real leather, and then I guess that's glued on there to protect your surgical instrument picks. So there you go. That is the HP Tyro PIP 15, $17.82 from CLK Supplies. I got to tell you, it's not what I would call anything really special. If you're a beginner and you're just getting into lockpicking, you're not sure if you want to stick with it, well, you know, invest $18 because it's free delivery and get yourself a very, very basic lockpick. And you can kind of figure out if you like lockpicking by playing with these and getting a feel for it. If you're looking for a backup kit or maybe something to keep in the back of your car or truck and you really don't care if you lose it or get stolen, $18, not a tremendous investment, and you got an extra kit laying around, maybe in your desk drawer or something at work, just in case somebody locks themselves out of a desk or something. You got tools to work with. If it gets stolen, $18, no big loss. So there you go. This is not one of the great giveaways of late. We've had a chance lately to look at some really cool stuff. So $18, I'm going to go ahead and add something to it. And that's because I've had a donation, guys. A lock company, or actually a lock pick company, sent me 2 free locks. This is a brand new item. I got it unexpectedly from Sparrow. They sent it to me just out of the blue. They sent me 2 of these guys. This is, I reviewed their night school lockpicking kit. I guess it was a couple of weeks ago, and I guess this is payback. They donated 2 of these to the Lock Lab. The only difference is when you look in there, hope you can see this on the camera, well, we got a serrated over there, and then we don't really have names for those guys. And that's because Sparrows has populated this with what they call their check pins. And in fact, he sent me a bag of them. So these are the check pins. I also looked at these a while back. These are pretty inexpensive. You can buy this lock. They started listing it with the check pins already pre-installed. $27.50 Canadian. That works out to $21 US. A lot of you guys have been asking about that. The prices on their website are in Canadian dollars. So when you do the conversion, after you buy it through PayPal or whatever, you're only going to be charged in US dollars once they do that conversion. This is the giveaway. So go to the website and let me see, move the ruler out of the way. There's a website. Go there and you'll get this whole thing. You'll get the pick kit, the PIP 15 Tyro from HPC. And you get the brand new, you'll be first on the block because this just got listed on their website, I think last night. I'm I think the first guy to get these things. So you get all of that with this as the giveaway. Next Saturday we'll pick someone random. All right, I have the second one as well, exactly the same as that, also with another bag donated by Sparrows. So he donated 2. I'm going to give 2 of these away. This one is a little different. I'm going to go ahead and give this one to Raymond, and I'm going to start making a habit of this. Raymond made the challenge lock that I did the whipped by video yesterday, the video just previous to this one. Such a great design. I think from now on, if anybody makes a lock that ends up in a whipped by video, you're going to get one of these new Sparrows training locks populated with the check pins. I can't usually make locks of the same quality, you guys, but I can certainly give you a challenging commercial lock to get into. And that would be the the Sparrow's training lock. Doesn't look too difficult, but I think those pins are going to give you quite a challenge. All right, guys. Appreciate your time. Stay safe. Stay legal. Sparrows, thanks for the free stuff, man. If you find any more things on the floor you want to get rid of, you got my address.